Morgan have stated that male students are often encouraged and treated better by their male and female teachers. For example, in one of the reserve readings that we read, called Freeing the Children, The Abolition of Gender, author Catherine Polly Morgan writes, "There is now ample documentation showing that when other variables, such as class and race, are held constant in coeducational classrooms, male students are encouraged to ask questions. Males are called on more often than female students, and the amount of time and quality of response given to questions asked by male students are greater than those accorded to female students." Mrs. Morgan obviously believes and has evidence to support her beliefs that there are definite gender inequalities in American coeducational schools. But in Japan, I do not know that. In Japan, I unfortunately cannot find any such research done on gender and equality issues in Japanese public junior high schools. Even if I could have, the articles would have been written in Japanese, and my Japanese isn't good enough to be able to understand what the authors are talking about. The best I could do to learn more about the gender and issues topic was to interview Ms. Naomi Kamimura, an English co-worker of mine who speaks fluent English and Japanese, and she was born and raised in Japan, but also studied for 8 years at a high school in Barnesville, southern Ohio, and at Guilford College in the southern U.S. When I asked her about this topic about gender equalities in education, she said in Japan and in America, where she both studied, she said teachers didn't favor the boys over the girls. Naomi was a good student, so she said that she didn't feel disadvantaged in science or in math because she felt that her level of knowledge was about the same as the other students in class. But when I asked her more about the abilities of boys and girls in the classroom, she said, "I knew that all the smart students in the class were boys." And I asked her why. She said, "I don't know." So I think it's surprising how she didn't know why she thought boys were smarter in the classroom, because she said that the boys weren't favored more than the girls, but for some reason she knew. And I wonder now if girls still feel that same way too. Aki, who is my wife, said the boys in her school used to get hit harder by the teachers than the girls did. My wife was also often hit in the head or slapped in the face for misbehaving or falling asleep in class. By the way, that has stopped. It stopped in the 1980s. So actually, the behavior in the classroom was getting worse because of a lack of corporal punishment. But corporal punishment, maybe not the best idea for problem solving in the classroom. But anyway, she said the boys were actually punched or hit harder. Also, in gym class, the gym teachers had the boys run longer than the girls. She said that her teacher made the boys run 4 kilometers, but for the girls only 3 kilometers. When she said this, I wondered why the teachers were softer on the female students than the boys. And were they like this in class too? If they were softer in gym class and didn't hurt them as much in the classroom, I wonder how they were when teaching math or science or the other core subjects. American and Japanese public junior high schools are similar and different on several fronts. I think there are positives and negatives in both school systems. For me personally, in Japan, I like those 10-minute breaks between the classes. I think it gives the students a chance to rejuvenate and get energized. But I also think the teachers work too hard in Japan. In the U.S., I like how all the students do not have to be members of a club where they come home from school like at 7 or 8 o'clock at night and do not get to see their parents that much. But I like how the parents are supposed to be more responsible and the first ones contacted if their child gets in trouble or runs away. Thank you very much for this presentation. I'm sorry I haven't been able to be with you in Kent. I wish I could. Have a great summer, and we'll see you later. Sayonara from Japan.